Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To kind of go into a different direction, you were the director of IDES last few years, right? You know, this body here has not been able to ask IDES any questions as it relates to the last few years in quite a while. One question, just to go back to IDES, were you able to ever understand how much in fraud happened in the last 2 years? Do you?
So, Representative Niemerg, I have to imagine, Mr. Chairman, that the Department of Employment and Security is scheduled for a hearing at some point in time this spring.
Yeah, so there's a lot of questions, Representative. She's here playing a different role. They were supposed to come before us a couple of weeks ago, but their ISLs, somehow we found some issues with them. So I understand we did receive the ISLs, and we're going to have them come, and they're going to be the only agency coming before us. Because I know there's a lot of questions, not only from your side, from my side as well.
All right. No, just one last thing, just for the record. You just assumed this new agency here in January.
Correct.
And why would you not still be with IDES to be able to answer the questions that I may have and others may have on the last 2 years for accountability?
I was asked to move into this agency. It's a sister workforce agency, and I'm very happy to work here and work with all of you at the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. I did appear before this committee on previous occasions while I was in my former role at IDES. I believe that I have provided information on the size and scope of pandemic-related fraud in the unemployment insurance system across the country throughout the course of the pandemic. What we've experienced here in Illinois is not unlike what was experienced in any other state. And the United States Department of Labor, as last I left the agency in mid-January, is still working to quantify the number of fraud that was associated with the federal programs that were created in spring of 2020 in order to respond to COVID-19.
Okay.
If I may add, Representative, I believe they did complete an audit of IDES to try to quantify that amount. I think it was like $2 billion, last thing I heard. So
I did have a lot of other questions. So just for the outside person looking in, it looks like you were moved from a failing department that you were director of to another department based on what had happened in the last 2 years.
I don't think that the Department of Employment Security failed whatsoever. In fact, the Department of Employment Security served as the economic first responder for the state of Illinois for the duration of the COVID-19 pandemic.
That's definitely a difference of opinion.
And stood up 6 or 7 brand new pandemic-related programs in order to respond to the
crisis. Tell that to the family that almost lost their home.
You know, I'm going to stop this, so I gave you some leeway, but okay.